So this video is going to possibly have some spoilers for Season 8. Okay, so with that out of the way, I wanted to talk about when Jared is possibly going to die. Jared, for those of you that might not remember or know, it's this guy.
Hey, asshole. How about a smile? This is nothing. We've been letting you off easy. 3 shots. Oh, I love this shit.
And he's been in prison at the Hilltop for quite some time at this point. So there is no way the battle at the Hilltop won't involve these prisoners in some way. I guarantee they're going to be freed and play some pivotal role in the battle. So in the comics around this point, there are no prisoners kept at Hilltop. They're totally a TV-based situation. And we know that there are generally no important characters being imprisoned at the Hilltop, besides Jared and another guy.
Your 38 people are alive and breathing.
That was also acting up earlier in the season. Now, I bring this up because there are only 2 options for nameless characters in the TV series. They either serve as gun fodder for battles, or they're in the background at communities to give them more livelihood. So either they all, or a majority of them, besides Jared, decide to join the Hilltop, or more likely they fight the Hilltop in the next episode. It is very unlikely that they will join Rick's group or the Hilltop. AMC is usually very good at laying seeds that will bloom into ideas in future episodes. For as long as they've been imprisoned, there has been no one that has given any kind of signs that they will join any of the other groups. They more or less seem like caged animals, just like the Saviors usually are. So a point I like to make is that if the wolf Morgan was trying to reason with earlier in the seasons didn't convert to Rick's side, there was no way Jared ever would. Jared himself is not a direct translation from another character in the comics. He's more or less TV show based, which means his entire worth is entirely dependent on where AMC wants to take his story. But there's no room in Hilltop Kingdom or Alexandria for someone like Jared. His entire character, since he's been introduced, has been ruthless, arrogant, and expresses a lack of humanity towards everyone else. He seems to enjoy making other people under Negan's control suffer. That is literally his only character trait. Now, I mentioned this because I want to clarify that his character is one-dimensional, more or less. He will probably never serve a different purpose in later seasons of the show. So I should mention that Daryl was also a very different person in very earlier seasons. He hated Rick and he defended Merle, but now he's the complete opposite. The difference here between Jared and Daryl is 2 main things. Daryl was a fan favorite early on, and AMC tends to alter the story in big ways to please the fans. But not all the time, only sometimes. And the second point kind of ties in with the first. Jared doesn't have a lot of screen time to develop his character, and the screen time he does get only demonstrates his resistance to change. It's been a long time in the Walking Dead world of him being imprisoned, trying to have some sense knocked into him by Maggie, but nothing seems to shake his disdain for the Hilltop. So when Maggie killed Dean in Dead or Alive, Jared generally hid from Maggie from that point onward. One could say that this shows he's changing, his character is evolving. But fear in The Walking Dead doesn't make good people, it makes people like Morgan. And Morgan's generally, he's a very good guy or he's massacring saviors at a station. I think scenes like this more serve the purpose of demonstrating what a fearsome and strong leader Maggie has become, and not showing that the Saviors are having their ideals shaken or being pulled away from Negan. Based on all of this, Jared will not last the season. There's a good chance he's going to die in the next episode, since it's likely the best environment for his character to be used again. If he gets freed by Simon and his gang, he's going to attack the Hilltop, probably Maggie or someone else important. And I say that because Jared has only ever been shown to go after the bigger cast in The Walking Dead. He doesn't go after the small fries. Some examples are him going after Morgan or Ezekiel. Jared, I expect, will be given a more gratifying death since he's generally hated by the audience, like Negan was when he first got introduced into the show when he killed Glenn. Jared shot Benjamin in the leg, which caused his death somewhat indirectly, but he's still responsible for it. His interactions with Morgan earlier on really spurred up a lot of hate. All of this is more than enough reason to show that Jared represents most of the Saviors in a very dark light. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Jared. I can't wait for the next episode. Remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching.